Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've been on camera. This is very different from what I've done in the past. This is not a movie review by any chance. This is actually my very first attempt at an unboxing video. I used to not actually get the appeal of these, but the more I started to realize just what awesome stuff you got when you got collector's editions of stuff, it kind of got me hooked. And so I recently discovered this website that specializes in Japanese import statues, video games, movies, etc., called AmiAmi. And so I used it to get the latest release of a Japan available only series that I've recently become a big fan of, known as the Idolmaster series. For those of you who are not in the know or simply don't know enough about outside the box Japanese media, the Idolmaster series is a musical raising simulation series based around the world of J-pop and what it takes to become a J-pop idol. I could go into more details, but I honestly don't know how much longer I could keep your attention going. So, without further ado, for those of you who haven't seen the picture I've already posted on Facebook, here it is. Bam! The 765 production collector's box of Idolmaster One for All, released May 15th, 2014, which I received in the mail from Tokyo, Japan on May 17th. So there you go, a sign of AmiAmi's quality for shipping. So, from what I was able to understand from looking at the website, my memory is absolute crap when it comes to this. The 765 Pro box comes with the game itself, along with an autographed calendar, autographed by all 13 of these girls all here. A series of 13 mini posters. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right spot. All autographed by each individual girl. It comes with a drama CD, which obviously being in Japanese, I wouldn't be able to understand a word of. But for those of you who aren't aware, drama CDs are basically like the anime and manga equivalent of a book on tape. And it also comes with some DLC for songs and costumes that you would only be able to get if you had a Japanese PSN account, which I don't, so there's no real point in getting that. But it was really just the chance to get the brand new hot item off of the Japanese market that got me intrigued. Plus, I love getting big boxes like these. So, I'm not even sure if I'm doing the overall unboxing process right, so forgive me if I seem a little unprofessional, but here we go. I delayed myself for an entire week on opening this thing, not only because I wanted to get my mom through her save file in episode 3 of season 2 of The Walking Dead, but also because I have just been really busy with both work and all the anime that I still need to watch and review. You're welcome, by the way. So, oh, jeez. Wasn't expecting that. I was kind of wondering what this flap was, what this was for. So, I guess that's that. So, yeah, I actually. Oh wow, I did not see this. It's the exact same cover, but with the girls as idol outfits in accordance to their, or opposed to their street clothes. I gotta say, I'm really digging the artwork for this. It's just like the Studio A1 anime that was released for this series in 2011, around the same time Idolmaster 2 was released, which I also actually have, but I got this as a hand-me-down from Amazon. So that was basically where I got started, because this was the first Idolmaster game available for the PS3. Everything else was only for the Xbox. Actually, I just found out yesterday, apparently in Japan, Idolmaster is pretty much the only thing they buy for the Xbox. So it's basically just the Idolmaster machine in Japan. So I'm trying to make sure I'm opening this right. So, all right, so it opens like a book, basically. And here we go. First things first, the game itself, Idolmaster One for All. And it's so cool to finally actually get to hold the actual copy in my hands. So you can definitely rest assured I'm going to be playing this before too long. I'm also going to be watching the anime as well and reviewing that once I'm finished with Sword Art Online. So that's one item down. And let me just get... Huh. Like, I wonder what's in here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, there's something else. Huh. I wonder what this is. I'm curious if... Oh wait, no, this is the DLC code slip here, as you can see with the numbers and letters down there. Well, I won't be needing that. Feels like such a waste though, but I don't feel like trying to find an available Japanese street address to use so I can get a Japanese PSN account. That's not even a joke. They would actually look into that to make sure you're actually local before you could use a Japanese PSN account. Plus, you'd need to get your PlayStation Network cards in yen. Oh, wait a minute. Let me... Oh, wow. So this is what it is. Okay, I remember this. This is apparently a 765 cleaning cloth in case you ever, like, wanted to, like, clean the dust off of the stuff you got. And it's even got the silhouette of President Takagi because the animators were too lazy to actually give him a face, both in the anime and in the games. He was a silhouette in the games, and you never saw his face in the anime. He was like Dr. Claw, only he didn't sound like he had throat cancer. So, oh, here we go. This is... Wait a minute. This... Oh, yeah, this is the 765 production calendar. For some reason, it looks different on the back, but let me actually get this thing open so I can actually figure that out for myself. Yep, it is. Yeah, so it's a tripod-like calendar, in that you just stand it on its base instead of hooking it up to the wall. So, as you can see, there's... hang on, let me get myself situated so I can get you acquainted with all 13. So, yeah, everybody is here and in great visual quality. We've got Haruka Amami, Chihaya Kisaragi, Yukiho Hagiwara. Actually, if you look back here, I've got Haruka and Yukiho's up here beach variation statues, which I got from another website called Kirin Hobby. I was hoping I could find all 13 girls in this variation, but unfortunately no dice. They're either sold out or they're incredibly expensive. Too expensive for me to waste money on, which is kind of ironic because I spent $139 plus shipping on getting this. So anyway, those three, we've got Miki Hoshii, Yayoi Takatsuki, Makoto. I can never remember her last name, and I feel like such a lazy bum for that. Azusa Miura, Hibiki Ganaha, Shijo Takane, Iori Minase, the Futami twins, Ami and Mami, and Ritsuko Akizawa. Now, I heard that this calendar was actually going to have autographs from all of them, and apparently not. But it does definitely look like it's got some little customization on it. Seeing as the game released in May, it's of course going to start with May. I'm assuming this thing's going to go all the way to next April. So yeah, starting with Iori, and even got like little personal notes like birthdays and such like that. And let me see. Yeah, it continues on the same way. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. I'm wondering if it's like every girl is associated with the month of their birth. I'm not entirely sure. It's actually kind of amazing the amount of detail that the developers put into developing each of these girls, so they're not just some static image for you to care about. That's actually probably the biggest draw to this series that I have, is that the characters are all very likable and very real feeling. They all have genuine backstories, unique personalities, quirks and traits and all that. And character is just one of the most important things in video game storytelling for me, and the fact that they put so much depth into developing these characters throughout all these different media, from audio to video games to anime to manga and all like that. I find that kind of thing really, really cool. And yeah, that's, well, I mean, there's still more to go, but I don't know how much more this can keep going. So there's the calendar, and that was one of my biggest draws to this package. And let me see what we got here. Oh, okay, this is the biggest one I was looking forward to. This whole thing is a collection of 13 mini posters featuring all 13 girls and all personally autographed by them. Not by their voice actors, but by the characters themselves. Again, another example of the amount of detail that went into developing every single character in the game. This thing is in really tight shrink wrap, so I'm... Okay, that's going to be... I think that's going to be like our next step. I have no idea what's in this thing, but it's definitely got some weight to it. So let me see if I can find something I could be able to open this shrink wrap with. Standard. Oh, wait, no. When all else fails, basically use your very last form of defense in a fist fight, your keys. So, I got somewhere. Hang on. It's kind of funny. Ever since I started reading The Walking Dead, every time I dig my fingers into shrink wrap, it almost feels like I'm tearing into a person. Yeah, go ahead and call the cops if you think that sounds worryingly sick, but I know, what can you do? Feels kind of weird that I'm going on about a game based around J-pop when I'm standing here in a Dark Throne shirt. They couldn't be, like, more polar opposites. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, maybe this isn't the collection of posters. What is this? It looks like some kind of miniature booklet and all that. Wait, I think this was... I know that this was mentioned in the description of the package, but I can't really say for the life of me what this is. And it's got character profiles and all that. I'm wondering if this is like some kind of a strategy guide, or maybe not strategy guide, but like an instruction booklet. But then again, that'd probably be most likely in the game down there. So, oh, this is actually pretty nice. And, yep, here's the original Idolmaster drama CD. I'm kind of curious to see what that's going to be about. I'm actually kind of wondering if I can get this thing onto my iTunes. Yeah, I won't be able to understand it, but still, it's like, who else do I know that could be able to claim that they have this in their physical possession? So there's that. And I'm guessing this here must contain all 13 mini posters. They're different. If so, then... if they're not rolled up into a scroll, then they must be a lot thinner than I thought they would be. Oh, wait, no, they are rolled into a scroll. All right. Wow, they really jammed this in tight there. There we go. All right, gonna keep this in the box so it doesn't get dirty sitting on my bed. Okay, it's definitely thick. It's definitely wider than I thought it would be. And it's definitely a lot taller than I thought it would be. Get a load of that. All right, so that's our first one, Haruka. Yeah, these are definitely a lot bigger than I thought they would be. I'm going to have some difficulties figuring out where I'm going to hang all these. I definitely don't want to put scotch tape on them. That just wears after a while. And I definitely don't want to put thumbtacks through them. So maybe I could find one of those little patch thingies you put on the back of these things and just hang them up onto a surface. I don't know what you call them. But still, this is cool. So, let me just get all 13 girls unrolled. And thank God they're not rolled up too tightly to the point that they're just straight up, that they're to the point that they're just straight up rolling right back up, because I hate having to mess with those things. And there's Ritsuko. Maybe I dug in there somewhere. I didn't think she would be the second. But you know what? Who cares? I finally get to see all this stuff in person now. Oh, there we go. All right. There. I was wondering when that was going to happen. And might as well just unroll them all for you. Might as well share the grand unveiling with everybody, you know what I mean? And there's Miki, our resident blonde and sleep addict. Actually, funny story. I was actually kind of tempted to get the even more special collector's edition of this, which would have come with all of this, along with a crystal figurine of Miki herself. But not only did I find out that the LED base it would have come with, the port for it was too small for any kind of a plug to go into it. But I also found out that, well, okay, I mean, aside from that, there was also the fact that Miki isn't exactly one of my favorite characters. Not because she's blonde, I just don't know her that great. There is Azusa. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a hassle once I'm finished filming and posting all these onto my walls. So yeah, there's Azusa, easily the oldest member of the cast. I don't really know a lot about her, except that she's got an even worse sense of direction than I do, which is saying something. It's funny, I probably wouldn't have even learned any of these things about these characters if it wasn't for the translations on this one guy on YouTube named Hanayori Uta. He actually did a playthrough of Idolmaster 2 and was able to not only translate all the Japanese text, but also voiceover for some characters as well. And there's Chihaya, easily the character with the highest singing talent in the game. And actually, I even got my friend TJ Pelletier into this game because I got him to do a file on my game, and he has Chihaya as his lead singer. So obviously he has a good eye for talent. And here's Yukiho Hagiwara, easily my favorite character in the whole series. Because I don't know what it is. I got a thing for shy girls. And, oh, jeez. Okay, this is getting a little out of hand. Yukiho is actually the very first character to start my buddy Shane's anime statue collection completely by accident. Because, again, I ordered her off of Kirin Hobby, and I ended up accidentally ordering two, because I gave him what I thought would be faulty shipping information, and so I figured I'd just give him the second one instead of letting it go to waste. There's Yayoi, the second youngest character. I don't know what it is. I don't really have a thing for redheads. Plus, it's the fact that she's 14. I don't really feel it. Whatever that means. I don't even know. Again, first time doing an unboxing video, so don't hate me. There's Makoto, our resident tomboy. I actually haven't played with her yet, so I'm not exactly sure how her voice sounds. I just know her character profile is that she wishes she was more feminine instead of sounding so boyish and only having female fans. Oh, Yuri-gasm right there. Whatever that means. I don't even know. Oh wow. What am I talking about? Oh wow, it's still 13. They just don't have them in the same poster. These are probably my favorite characters when it comes to the younger group. Mami Futami, who, I don't know what it is. The anime just knows how to kind of make identical twin characters more entertaining than a lot of the stuff we do here. Because, I mean, honestly, when was the last time you ever saw America do something involving twins that didn't basically turn into The Parent Trap or something like that? I'm trying so hard to, entertain you people with these lame jokes. I don't even know why. I guess I'm just kind of letting the excitement get to my head. Chances are I might need a little help hanging these up before too long. And this is Takane, our resident Ojo-sama, which basically means high and mighty queen. Only she doesn't do the incredibly obnoxious laugh like most characters in that archetype do. But her dialogue is actually still pretty damn funny. She's actually kind of one of those people that talks a little too long because she doesn't know how to talk like a regular person. And, okay. And here's Hibiki, our resident from Okinawa, which, for those of you who don't watch enough anime, or at least don't watch as much as I do, would know that there's actually a pretty good difference between the Japanese spoken by people in Okinawa from the Japanese spoken by people in, say, Tokyo or mainland. It's very subtle, but when you start reading notes on translation and grammar, then you start noticing the difference. Okay, now here's the... Oh, wow, this is the only one with a signature in English. Iori Minase. When I was saying Takane was like the resident Ojo-sama, I was kind of lying. Iori is basically the resident Ojo-sama, and she's like half Takane's age. I'm kind of grasping here because she isn't that evil, but she's pretty much like the Darla Dimple of this series, in that she's basically going to tell you to call her princess. And it's not a request, it's a command. I actually kind of hated this girl when I first saw her, but it got more endearing. And last but not least, the other Futami twin, Ami. From what I understood, the first game actually had Ami and Nami look absolutely identical in terms of the hair, so it would be even harder for you to tell them apart. So I'm kind of glad they made the change starting with the second game by letting Nami grow her ponytail a little longer. And, wow, this actually kind of fell a lot shorter than I thought it would be. That's pretty much everything. That's the entirety of my Idolmaster One for All 765 Pro box collection. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I can lay it all out for you here so you can get a big old panoramic view. Right. Well, I mean, it's all down below the cameraman, so I can just let him get that adjusted. And these posters are such a pain. I can't wait to get them on my wall so I don't have to deal with the curling. And so, there you have it. That is my entirety of my Idolmaster 765 Pro box collection. I know I already said that, but, you can never be too careful. So, I'm definitely going to be redecorating my room immensely before too long. Because I, again, wasn't expecting the posters to be as tall as they were. And, I was kind of hoping the calendar would be a little bigger, but, beggars can't be choosers. It's still a really awesome calendar. And even once the year that it encompasses is over, I'm not getting rid of this for the world. So, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I'm definitely going to be giving One for All a real playthrough before too long. I've still got a few games that I'm still in the middle of playing, but I can still come back to those anytime, but I definitely want to give this a shot. And, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So anyone with a PS3 who's interested in imported games and has a real love for music like I do, not just black metal, but also stuff as lighthearted as J-pop, I definitely say you should give Idolmaster a chance. None of them have been imported to the United States, so none of them have any English patches or anything like that, but it's still a pretty straightforward game. You can find your average walkthrough on YouTube, so you can at least learn the mechanics on how to play certain segments. Again, Hanayori Uta is the best channel for that, so props to him. And he actually just got this as well, so I'm kind of anxious to see his playthrough for it before too long. And, I'm definitely going to be using Ami Ami repeatedly now since I know how good they are now. I actually already have pre-ordered the Idolmaster series' very first theatrical movie, which I can't remember the title for, but it was released in theaters in Japan in January and is getting its Blu-ray release in early October, so I've still got plenty of time to wait and plenty of time to play this beforehand. So, I hope you enjoyed my very comparatively weak first attempt at an unboxing video. And, I'm sure I'll probably be seeing you all before too long, maybe. So, yeah, stay brutal, raise the horns, raise the irons, whatever you want to call it. And, see you around.